Okay, ma'am. Very good evening to one and all. We welcome you to the Decon Positive Mental Health webinar series. We welcome today resource person Jyoti Raja, psychologist, director, Sri Dipti Counseling Center, and we welcome today participants and teammates on behalf of Manasa Sukkara Mindcare Hyderabad in association with the Yellow Bond Counseling Center Hyderabad, India, Forest Creative Heart Studio, Punjab. Thank you. Thank you all. Over to intro section.
Yeah, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for that wonderful welcome address. And our speaker for today, she would be talking on what is empathy. P. Jyoti Raja ma'am is a psychologist, director of Sri Deepi Counseling Center, Hyderabad. Listed below are a few of her details, like Jyoti Raja ma'am has been doing service to society through her organization, Sri Deepti Counseling Center, and spreading awareness on key issues through the electronic media and print media since 1999. She is also the founder of Sri Deepti Counseling and Guidance Center. She has been conducting personal and group counseling sessions for children, parents, and teachers. She's conducted career guidance sessions, psychological testing, and expert in parental strategies. Over 25 years experience in the field of teaching, training, and counseling. She's a specialist trainer in life skills, soft skills, communication skills, motivation, goal setting, positive thinking, and many more. Ma'am has also conducted classes on soft skills and communication skills for graduate and undergraduate students, guiding students in completing projects. She has held interactive sessions with students on current affairs. Several of her students are quite well placed now. Ma'am has also participated in many television shows. She's also been felicitated by the Successful Women Award 2019 by the Human Rights Protection Council of India on Women's Day. She's won other awards like the Mahila Pratibha Award. Engineering and Pharma students of Avanti College on eve of the International Women's Day. She's also conducted sessions on various reputed organizations like Ramakrishna Math for students and parents on various topics. She's conducted workshops for teachers for Nandi Foundation, like motivation, stress management. She's also conducted workshops for Kendriya Vidyalaya teachers in art and psychology, teachers workshops for Andhra Mahila Sabha. She's also conducted training programs for NIE resource persons in various locations in India like Delhi, Cochin, Calicut, Trivandrum, Bangalore, Vijayawada, Visakhapatnam. Ma'am has also conducted sessions on study skills and other topics for 10th standard and inter-schooled in different places in various districts. She's also conducted sessions on study skills and stress management for 10th students for social welfare department hostel students in Rangareddy, Medak, Hyderabad, Sangareddy districts. Ma'am has also conducted workshops for parents on parental strategies in different organizations. And with that short introduction, would like to hand over the session to you, and the floor is yours. Welcome once again, ma'am. We're very honored to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Anita. Thank you for the nice words, actually. Maybe maybe in this forum I'm speaking first time. Good evening, one and all. So nice to have a session with all you people. As we're talking about, like offline sessions are very easy, I feel, more than online sessions. Yeah, today's topic is empathy. I think we have to empathize ourselves. I think, first of all, when we are doing these online sessions, the first thought comes to, we can't see the people, what exactly they're facing. But when it comes to offline sessions, at least we understand the facial expression, something. But I'll try to do justice to this session. Initially, I think we'll start with a small activity, kind of an exercise. So, first of all, I think all of us know what is empathy, but still we'll try to get the feel of it. I think this exercise is very simple. If you put yourself inside, any time did you wear somebody's shoes? I think you can answer me. You can unmute yourself and just answer me. Did you ever wear somebody's shoes by mistake or sometimes? And when you go for a shoe shopping, you try to wear a small size or bigger size. Sometimes you don't get the proper size and you get other sizes and you try to wear it, and how do you feel? Most of the times, any answers? How do you feel?
I feel uncomfortable.
Yes. One first thing is uncomfortable. Yes. Other thing, it's not my size. It's not meant for me. Okay. And first of all, uncomfortable is one first word comes to our mind immediately. And what are the other feeling? This is not meant for me. I'm not really, I feel uneasy. There's several things which comes to mind. I think by mistake, if you wear it or we try to put it, no, immediately we wanted to change it. We just come out of those shoes and we wear our own shoes. When you wear our own shoes, how do you feel?
Very comfortable, ma'am.
Very
We
comfortable.
will be very comfortable.
Very
Yes,
much comfortable.
yes.
At the same time, you feel that it's mine. I think you get that feeling that, oh, it's mine. I'm back to my shoes. That's what we say. I'm wearing, I'm very comfortable. It's my shoes. As if you're feeling as if you're wearing it first time. Though your same shoes, you may not be like it before. But once you wear somebody's shoes and come back to your shoes and feel that, no, this is the nicest ones. I think these are the best ones. That's what we generally feel it. Okay. So this feeling of putting yourself into somebody's shoes and coming back to normal, coming back to our own shoes, I think this process, what we call it, maybe we name it as, people call it as empathy or generally. So our topic is empathy. When I'm talking about empathy, it's more than a slides. I think it's more of a feeling. See, if you see somebody suffering, I think nowadays, I go with a general example. It is nowadays the present scenario. It's like something happens to somebody. Like when you're walking, when you're driving, some accident happens. Somebody's sick. Suddenly something happens. People, I don't know earlier. Now the people stop responding it, and most of the times people are so busy taking in selfies and videos and immediately start sharing it. Okay, and nobody is bothered that actually if somebody is met with an accident or somebody is suffering with something, nobody is ready to come forward and help the other person. Okay, this is one thing which I think most of the times observed. Another thing, I think most of the when we are observing the children, I think most of the when we work with the children, when they play with the pets or animals, something, most of the time they try to pull the tail or some to doing something, and they start enjoying that. I'll see instead of somebody's crying, instead of feeling that pain, they started enjoying that pain. I think this is what happens. We saw many videos and news is coming in the paper, and people are tying animals to the vehicles, and sometimes they drag it for a long time, and they're enjoying. They're posting it in the social media. When you see all these things, suddenly you get a feeling that what is happening to this world? What is actually wrong with this world, and what is happening to the people, basically? Earlier, if somebody's in the neighborhood, somebody is feeling something, immediately we used to run, "Arey, what happened?" Something like that. We used to offer our support to them. But right now, we are people are so maybe so close. I don't say that people are close or something. Generally, it happens that you confine to yourself, and it's not my problem. If something happens to me, then I will bother. If it is not happening to somebody else, it's not my problem. Why should I? I'm okay. I'm comfortable. Nothing happened to me. This kind of dialogues we keep hearing it. Okay, so something wrong. I don't say we cannot change the society. At least through us, at least some people are educated. That we can pass the message to people. I think things will really work. So when it comes to explanation, what is empathy? Empathy means being able to understand how someone else is feeling. This is something a very normal definition, simple definition. Feel happy, sad, upset, even when you are not in the situation. Generally, sometimes if you're not, somebody got something, somebody got a award, or somebody got a prize. How many of us really feel, oh yeah, I felt very happy when you got it. I'm happy for you. Okay. We say that, oh, you got award. I think by mistake. How come you got award? I think these are the dialogues we keep hearing nowadays. How come you got it? How come you got promotion? How got? So inside you have a different feeling, and but you don't feel happy, and sometimes you don't even express it visible on your facial expression. So feel happy, sad, upset, even when you are not in the situation. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Okay, see their side. This is another thing which we talk about. See the other side. All the time, it's me, myself, my everything around me. Instead of that, what happens in others' life? What exactly others are feeling? If you start thinking and if you start working on it, I think definitely your seeing things will definitely change. Then comes, why is empathy important? Why it is important? Is it? I don't know whether it's important or not. No question which is important. It helps us to have a healthy relationships, because nowadays we are seeing so many cases. I think I always talk about live cases which comes to me all the time. So most of the people, when we listen to them, either wife and husband, children, parents and children, whatever it may be, what is missing is actually really empathy is missing everywhere, even in any relationship in that matter. Okay. And it helps us to know how our actions impact others. When we start doing something, okay, knowingly or unknowingly, and we really don't know how it is affecting others, how it is, even simple actions will affect others, and we not really bothered what is happening in their mind, what they are thinking in the mind, we are not really bothered about it. Generally it so happens you say something, Arey, how can you do this? How can, I think generally small examples, somebody is a small mistake, somebody any relate, you drop something, some water, something, suddenly somebody comes and says, hey, what you did, as if some great loss has happened. It's a very simple thing. Okay. And it's when we work with the people, our subordinates, or if you look at the other employees who are is working, we really not bothered actually to understand, by mistake it might happen, this is something by mistake happened, it's okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. I think most of the things will be. At the same time, somebody's lost, somebody is really missed something, some tragedy happened in family, some loss is happened. And instead of saying, Ayo, Papam, it happened to you, or thank God I'm not in this situation. These are the words people generally use. Thank God I'm not in this situation. Nothing happened to me. Ayo, Papam, and this is Ayo, Papam, all these words actually. Instead of reducing the pain, it increases the pain. Most of the times you say that, please stop, no, stop doing things, and most of the times he says, please don't come to my house because I'm okay, even though I'm sad, but I'm happy with my own things. Because if you don't understand others pain, if you don't understand what is happening in their mind, simply going and saying words, normal words, will not serve the purpose generally. So how our actions impact at the same time helps us to understand different views and different opinion. Everybody is different. No two individuals are same, and everybody is unique, I can say. So when somebody is different, you cannot expect that they should no respect. They respect you, but I think they should think like you, or maybe they have to same opinion, same views. It is not possible at all. So people have different opinions, people have different views, people have different actions to show. So to understand, so why people are different, then actions and reactions will be different. Okay. So before getting into the next part, I have a another small exercise. I think if you participate, that would be better. It is again belongs to the group. Okay. I just want you to find two common things that are obvious in this group. I think whoever is present in this group, there are two common things which are obvious in this group. Can anyone respond to this? I'll give you some time.
Yeah, I think everybody here
Mhm.
has an interest in, the way we think and feel and how we can better our life. That is something that is very common with.
That's very good, sir. Something else? Very good.
And
Another thing? Somebody else?
I think the topic itself, gives you a, what do you say, like, the very fact that we see the post and we just came in, we wanted to care for others.
Exactly. Yes. Same thing. Yes. Understand. All are in the okay.
There is something to learn from others
Okay.
at each point of time.
So learning is the first motto of the whole. Learning is also one of the common thing. It's quite. It may be obvious in this group. Okay. Very good response. Same. Another question. Another small exercise for you. There are three things that you share in common in this group. Not obvious, but very common in this group. Yes, please.
May I, ma'am?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am. I
Good evening.
think most people in this group are mature in understanding adults.
That's good.
Adults, in the real sense, that is, they are able to understand other people and want to have better relations with people. And I also feel that most of them are interested in psychology. Either they are practicing psychologists or people like me who are interested in psychology.
That's right.
And of course, learning is there. And also, I think, I may be wrong, I don't know many of them, but I think the age also, we are on the other side of 45, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just
Age, I
saying.
think we let's talk about the age factor. Better
So
not.
what I mean to say is we're all mature adults in the real sense of the word.
Yeah.
Mature.
Very
Thank
good. Very good response, Lakshmi. I think I was sharing the three things that share
Thank
in
you.
common. I think where you're not obvious. Okay, as you said rightly, age is the one factor. Vinod sir, do you want to share something? Hmm. Oh, 18 to 80. That is actually yes. That's true.
Okay.
So we are in the in between actually. Yeah, but there are yes. Now we are in the middle actually, and happy that if you talk like that, we'll be happy at least. We cannot call ourselves 18, but it's okay. Good. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. That's true. So that's three things that share in common. It may be not very obvious. Maybe as you said, right, age. There are few things which are not obvious. I think whatever we are talking about it. Yeah, we belong to this group, and most of the everybody is interested in psychology. As he rightly said, we are either practicing or not practicing. That doesn't matter. But basically, we belong to this group, which connects us to each and everybody. Yes. So this is actually because I want to session little party interactive so that everybody should be part of it. Okay. And this is something empathy, which we are talking about it. Okay. Empathy, the awareness of the feelings of others. A very common examples which are be genuinely curious about others. See, genuinely curious, that is actually curious. Yeah, we know we are curious to know about others, but genuinely curious. That means it's not that investigating or instigating something. Yes, if something has happened to you, really wanted to know what is that bothering others. I think we generally feel what is bothering you, what is bothering others. This is the first thing, genuinely curious about it. Imagine yourself in other shoes, which we are talking about throughout, the same thing. Is it easy to imagine yourself putting yourself in others' shoes? Is it that easy? My question.
it depends. I mean, different kinds of people. There are people who find it very natural to do so,
Exactly.
and there are others who are, who would find it very difficult.
Yeah.
Perhaps one of the very difficult things to do is to put ourselves in other shoes.
Exactly. Though we say, hey, what is that? I can really know, I can think, and I can think differently. I can think about other people. But when situation comes, when the real situation comes, actually, how many of us really imagine ourselves in other shoes and try to come forward? See, doing help and other things are different. But imagining ourselves is actually a difficult task because we have our own mindsets, we have our own attitudes, we have other things to do. So, though it's difficult, though people say it's easy, but it's really difficult. Once you start learning, when you start doing it, then you really start enjoying the things. At least you are for the people, people are for you. Because I'm with you, and I'm for you, I'm with you, and that is one statement. Because nowadays, when we see the children's suffering and maybe children are suicidal tendencies, because nowadays we are getting so many cases. Actually, children, I feel like committing suicide because nobody is understanding me, nobody is thinking from my side. So these are the very common words which we have from people from all age groups. So if you really imagine yourself in other shoes, definitely things will work in a different manner. Be an attentive listener. I think this is one thing. We listen, definitely we listen, but we are not very attentive. And most of the time, nowadays, when we listen to somebody, whether you have a mobile in your hand and you have a newspaper in your, you're looking somewhere, you're working here and there and doing something. Yeah, you tell me, I'll listen. I'm listening. I'm listening. But when somebody wants, they want your attention fully. Yes, I'm listening. I'm listening to you. That assurance, mostly people are not. It's only we do. We listen, but we don't really attentive when we are listening. And after some time, you said something, I missed something. So these are the things, I missed something. Can you repeat it? That means the other person will understand that you are not paying attention. Then they'll shut up. They said, no, enough. I'm not interested. I'm not going to. I don't want to share anything. So these are some of the things which happens in our life. Also, we do the same thing. It's not that we are always attentive. We are also doing the same mistake, mobile in the hand, view something. Then suddenly we realize. Then discover similarities. Yeah, it's really, just now I made an exercise based on that actually. Discovering similarities. We are finding that this particular group, what are the similarities we have in this group? And share who you are. That is another thing actually. Yes, I'm your, it's again how you are. That is actually a big question. We need to, for this, we have to discuss a lot of things. Then validate others' feelings. Most of the times, I think this validate is the word which we really have to understand that. So instead of when somebody is saying that, oh, it's not a big deal, simply we say that, leave it, nothing is going, let go, move on. Okay, nothing is going to happen. This happens to everybody. Just let go. See, it happens to everybody. I think it's happened to me. Then I understand my feeling. I can only understand what I'm feeling. So when somebody is sharing something to you, this happened, I'm feeling hurt. It's really troubling me. It is bothering me. Don't simply say that, oh, it's okay, no problem, nothing is going to happen. So these words, if somebody uses, okay, I think whoever wants to share their feelings, normally they don't share it. Yeah, this is, I think, some of the points. Anybody wants to share anything?
Yeah, I would like to just share that quite often I, talk about the way my mother would respond to me as a child. That even if I've done a big blunder and I go and tell her that, she would say, no, like I've got low marks in one particular subject in one exam. She'd say, no, it's okay. You may have had your problem. Maybe you were not well or you didn't anticipate this question. And because of that, I would feel very much, understood. And on the other hand, my father would see the same thing. He would tell me, useless fellow, you're not going to do anything in life. And then, that sort of simply shuts the mind. When I give this example, quite often people respond strongly. And I somewhere feel that, for some reason, mothers tend to, be very empathetic to children.
Yes.
And they will, and that is why quite often children feel very much understood and close to. I mean, there will be exceptions. I'm aware that there will be many exceptions and all that, but this kind of a thing is something I use to explain this.
You're right, sir. Mostly, I can say rather than mothers, I think women are. It's not that gender bias or something like that. Women mostly, I think men should excuse me for that. But women generally, emotionally, they connect with people very easily. Means I think mothers are first thing generally, because something happens to the child, mothers are first to know you beta, no, nothing is
Yes.
happening. Immediately, kuch nahi hua, because they start using all these words.
We
So,
fully agree with you.
yeah, thank you, sir. I think everybody has experienced this actually. So, how do you build empathy? Look for the cues that help you to identify the emotion. That is most important thing. When we are really building empathy is not that tough, but I think we need to identify. I think every person sends some cues to us when we start observing them and when we start listening to them. You can identify the emotion. They may be happy, they may be sad, they may be confused, they may be excited, they may be worried, hurt, tired, surprised, angry, joyful, frustrated, bored. All these feeling words, what we call it as. I think all of us also experienced all these words somewhere other time. I'll just share few pictures here. I think, can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. How might she be feeling? Actually, the first picture, angry, frustrated, annoyed.
And also withdrawn, sort of.
Withdraw. That is not given actually, but these are the words count, withdrawn. But it is not totally withdrawn. It maybe she's frustrated, it may be annoyed, and
Yeah.
anything. It can be anything out of it. And the second picture, proud, hopeful,
Happy.
strong.
And happy.
Yeah.
She's not
Proud,
happy.
proud,
Actually, she feels
proud,
proud. Yeah, proud,
proud.
Hopeful.
and strong.
Hopeful.
Hopeful. See, three different people, three different opinions. For some people, it may look proud. Some people, it may be hopeful. Some people, it may be strong. Can you share another picture? No. How might he be feeling? Sad, lonely, disappointed?
Sad. He'll be sad, disappointed.
Disappointed.
Disappointed, lonely. Also, it may be suddenly nobody is there. I'm alone. And the other person, happy, joyful, relaxed, top of the world. Because
Joyful.
he achieved something. Joyful?
Joyful.
Yeah.
Joyful, it again depends. So, this picture, what is it? Upset? Was it lady?
Left out.
Huh?
Left out.
Left out? Yes. She's not upset. Actually, she felt because all others are happily talking to each other. She was not involved in this conversation. Definitely, she feels. Then, so this lady, angry, annoyed, frustrated.
Angry.
Yeah, angry. Yeah, because same age, same thing, but she has to work. Another person is happily enjoying the other things. Again, worried, hurts, scared, anything it can be.
Scared. Scared.
Yes. And the other lady excited. Other girl is excited and joyful.
Excited.
Excited.
Hurt, sad,
Confused.
confused.
Confused. Yes.
Yeah.
Why? How can you say she's confused? I'm sorry, it is not a test, but just I want to build up the conversation.
He's putting his hand on head like.
That hand on the head
shows that. Otherwise, we feel that maybe he's hurt and maybe sad, but I think the hand itself is showing that yeah, he may be hurt.
He's.
Yes, unsure, worried, and amazed, confused.
Unsure.
Okay. Here, this girl amazed, confused, surprised.
Surprised.
Amazed.
Yeah. When it comes to these are the some of the reactions, maybe the feeling words we call it as. Some people it maybe means empathy again called being able to understand how someone else is feeling. and look for the cues in faces and bodies that tell you how someone is feeling. This is a small thing which I just want to share it with people. When you were talking about empathy, first of all, these are the basic things which we have to look for in anybody's. When you're talking to somebody, when you want to empathize, the first thing E is eye contact, because most of the time when you're talking to somebody, when you're listening, when you're talking, when you're listening, and the first and foremost is the eye contact. Most of the times when somebody wants to share certain thing, we look all the sides, not except the person's face. They expect us to talk to. I think this happens with the children. It happens with the elders also. I've seen also the elders nowadays. They want somebody should listen to them. At the same time, when you started sharing with them, they expect you to look at them. You should stop everything and look at them. Then only they feel comfortable. I think when it comes to the wife and husband, all the same thing. And suppose wife is sharing something and husband is looking the phone or somewhere else, she will say, yeah, you're not, no, she's having some problem. You're not listening to me. How can you, no, I'm not listening, because no, you're not talking to me. Your eye contact is not there. When anybody feeling depressed, sad or something, when they talk to us as a counselors, we know they don't look at us. They just face side down, sides and everything. They don't really face any counselor for that matter. So if you really wanted to teach, listen to somebody, empathy is the one thing which we have to teach. The first and foremost thing, we have to tell the people, maintain eye contact. That's the first and foremost rule. Second was muscles of a facial expression. That's what we generally, because though you say that I'm listening, I'm happy, but your facial expressions are showing something else. Though your words say, oh, I'm happy, but you're putting, oh yeah, I'm happy. Okay, tell me, I'm happy. That face, nowhere in your face, the happiness is there. So the other person will understand that you're not at all happy with it. Your postures, I think somebody were talking about it, right? How it is that body, child's no hand, in these things which easily we can make out. And affect, yes, how it is going to affect them. And tone of your voice, I think more than anything else, I always feel that tone of your voice makes a lot of difference. If you are saying that I'm really empathetic, yeah, I'm very empathetic, you know that. No, then immediately the other person will really shut down that, because the tone really matters a lot. Maybe they expect you to lower your voice and little soft voice, and these things will really help. Then comes actually hearing whole person conversation. Normally we listen half, and I think we form our opinions and we started saying that, yeah, enough, I understood whatever you're going to say. I think same thing happens with our counselors and psychologists also, because I've seen some of them. I heard from my clients actually, they say that, ma'am, when I wanted to share something, the other person always says, oh, I understood already, no need to speak much. So I want to tell something, but normally they don't give that. No, they don't hear me properly. Last one, your response bias, your response are your feedback. Your feedback is very, very important. Your response is very, very important. Because simply say that I'm with you, instead, it will not serve the purpose. I think the way maybe nodding of your head and maybe in between, yes, your sounds, yeah, yes, I can. These are the cues when you are sending, then other person really thinks that yes, you are with them and you are listening to them. I think this is something. Then I just made a small, 4 years. I think, correct me if I'm wrong in it, because I just made it today afternoon. I was thinking that 4 years of empathy. First of all, acknowledge whatever is the feeling, whatever they say, instead of saying no or not listening, I don't believe it, all this thing. Acknowledging is the first A, which I feel. Second one, affectionate. When you are talking to somebody, when you are saying something, be affectionate, and that is, I think, the affection itself solves many of the problems. I think they don't need great solutions from us, but only the way you, yeah, bit of small, understand, it's okay, no, small things, and the affection, something which I feel that is very important. Third one is appropriate communication. I think where we are facing problem is that the communication, appropriate communication. The words which you're supposed to use it, if you don't use the same words, obviously it goes in a wrong manner. Most of the times, miscommunication, misunderstandings leads to many problems. Everywhere, every relationship, everywhere. Afterwards, you say something and afterwards, I didn't mean it. That's what we generally, I didn't mean it. I just said this. I just said it that appropriate communication is really important. That really matters. And the last one, assurance is something really needed. I am with you. Nothing. Don't say anything. One pat from you. I think touching. Yes, maybe sometimes a small touch and say, "I'm with you. Don't worry. I'm there." You need not to do anything. Just say, "I'm there." That solves many of the problems. This is what I felt that 4 years from my point of view. If you want to add something, definitely yes. I hope I made my point clear till this year. Yes.
Madam, then what is the difference between sympathy and empathy?
Sympathy is that I feel pity on you, sir, all the time. That's what we say already. Sympathy is something like, yeah, I'm sorry, I think it's happened to you. Okay, and that's what. But it just comes from your and you don't do any action. You don't. Sympathy is something very normal, peripheral it is. Okay? When it's come to empathy, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. In sympathy, we don't feel somebody's pain.
If I am face sympathy for others and also stand with them, then it becomes a empathy. Am I correct?
Yeah, the next stage. Is we start with sympathy most of the time, but if the person is very close to you, the person is, you know him very well, you know he or she would know very well, and you understand in and out of him, suddenly something happened, then you don't stop with sympathy. Sympathy, we show it with everyone. Actually, we have some news, some accident, some fire accident somewhere else. We listen to news and we saw the results. It should not happen. That's it. So in case somebody is your close ones, something happens, immediately you don't say that it should not happen. We just go there, we spend some time, we try to be with them for a long time. Maybe physically, sometimes nowadays physically not possible, at least you will call, you will be sending some message that, yes, I'm always with you. This is actually, as per my understanding, this is what I feel the difference. Anything else?
May I add something, ma'am?
Yes, yeah, why not? It's an open forum, no?
Ma'am, I think sympathy is feeling for the person. You're feeling sorry and you're feeling kindness towards the person. And empathy, you're feeling with the person. Yes. You're experiencing the same thing and as if it has affected you and you want to do something to alleviate the pain.
Yeah, I'm with you. That is one thing which we always, I'm with you. The moment you say I'm with you, that is empathy.
Yeah, feeling with the person.
I feel sorry for you. When you say that word, I'm sorry for you, that's when you're just sympathizing. You don't do any action. You don't, no further communication. That's it. Done. That's what I my condolence messages. I'm sorry, but usually we say, but near ones, we always go behind and ahead. Yes.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question, ma'am?
Yeah, why not, sir?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. This is the first time I've joined this forum.
Okay.
See,
for me also first time, sir. I'm also doing that.
Yes. People say that sometimes being an empath is a very challenging thing, or it makes you vulnerable to all kinds of anxiety. Exactly. There are people who are very much, they try to understand others, they go out of the way, but that puts them in a lot of trouble and they become vulnerable for people with ulterior motives. So where to draw in, ma'am? When you are an over empath, let's say, let us put it that way.
Yes, it's a good question, sir. Sorry, anybody else wants to answer it?
Madam, all corporate social responsibility comes under the empathy only.
I don't think so, sir. I know. See, I work with some of the organizations where they do under. Sir, I'll answer your question, but under because I did a lot of programs on this. Because for them, doing something, because it's actually the company wants them to. There's some funding is there. I'm sorry, but this funding is there. They need to do certain things. They try to do it. how many of them genuinely, I think that's one word I used it, genuinely they wanted to help other. That's a different scenario.
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, can I
So,
add some views?
yeah. Another thing which you
When you
asked.
see, yeah, when you say CSR, I mean, I'm not saying where we need, even to do social service, we need money. But there's a difference of approach. When
Yes.
you do like a charity for your pleasure, okay,
Yeah.
doesn't have any kind of impact on the life of people.
Yes.
Like I'm doing a big charity because it's giving me, I will go to heaven. That kind of thing will not really helping the people. So when
Exactly.
you're empathetic, which means that you're walking with the poor, walking with the upliftment of their cause, walking with the pain of the people. So if you all know the story of Good Samaritan in the Bible, which also quotes, no? So there are people just the person is dying on the road, they just walk off like that, saying sorry. But when you're really empathetic, you walk with the person, understand the pain, and you also see the journey of their growth, right? The difference. A lot of people, we can give example like Mother Teresa and all that, who touched the lepers, who gave auspices for the people who are dying on the streets. So these are all very empathetic action. Like I've seen so many people doing charity kind of work.
Yes.
They buy a lot of things and just give it for their pleasure. I've donated 100 books. So is it really helpful? When I go to some government school, 2 monitors, 2 things, they're just ruined. So it is just dumped. Right? The resources are not at all used. So as CSR people, if anybody is here, how you can invest on really for the people's growth, that's very, very important.
That's
And
a
not just
different.
on infrastructure.
See, when we are talking about every time, I think when we're talking about empathy or something, we always quote Mother Teresa and others. I think in real life also there are many people. Even suppose if I take my case, actually I work with many NGOs and governments. I'm not that I just ask them, is it real? When I go there and I'll see the situation first of all, and if something is already available with them, I never do that. I don't donate it. I don't even talk about it. But when I go to a government school or anything, I first talk to the children actually what exactly their problems. There are, instead of giving items, I think it's many times actually there are, as you rightly said, there are thousands of things are dumped. There's nothing, they don't really use it. At the same time, when you go and talk to them, I think they have many issues. I think particularly when I'm talking the girl child issues and the sexual abuse, child abuse cases, there are so many things. You don't do anything under CSR activities or anything. Just don't do anything. Just go and talk to them, and not in a group. Sometimes no, it's a big group they give you and they ask you to address the whole. And we also do a wonderful 1 month program. No, that will not give you the purpose. But there are 4-5 children who are really facing the problem. Definitely, they've quit. Somebody asked me the question that where to draw a line. Okay. See, unless until it won't affect your own mental health, your own emotional stability, you can empathize to the people. Because when you start becoming a people pleaser all the time, I think I need to be in good books of everybody. Things won't work because you cannot satisfy everybody and you cannot listen to all the problems. At the same time, your own mental stability is very important. Your emotional stability is very, very important. So as long as it is not affecting you, sure, you can be empathetic. And where to draw line, everybody is having a comfort zones. Out of the comfort zone, if you start going and doing something, it's different. Because when you, all these, though it looks different, comfort zone, empathy, sympathy, all these things, a thin layer and everybody is having a line. Okay. And if you start, I think we were talking about in life skills, because when I'm talking because my subject is life skills. So self-awareness and empathy, just first one is self-awareness, second is empathy. If you're aware of yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, what exactly your likes, your dislikes, then you understand where exactly you have to draw the line. Nobody will come and say, this is your line, this is, no, you have to stop it here. Everybody has to be aware of themselves, then only we can start working on the second part. Is clear, sir? I think I answered you.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
this was a question which I wanted to ask.
Yes,
But
sir.
can you please explain it little bit, another 1 minute at least?
Which one
Not
you?
satisfied with the
What
same
exactly?
question only. The person who regarding how to draw the line. We tend to get involved with the emotions of the people. How to draw that line, madam? Can you speak on that like little more?
So, as you rightly said, yes, sir. If you can, drawing a line is very, very. As I answered you already, that emotional. I think we talk about emotional quotient and the other things. Actually, your EQ and everything. If you suppose there are 4 instances happened in your life, okay, it again with your close ones, your family members, your immediate family members, your family members,
Okay.
your close friend, and other person. I'm just giving an example. Okay, will you react in the same manner with the 4 people? So,
No.
with your immediate people, you yes, sir.
Naturally different only. Blood is thicker
Exactly.
than water.
Yeah, you cannot see your immediate image. I think the you won't wait till that you will go to the any extent and you to any level to bring them out of it. Okay, your other relatives has how much you can help them based on your it may be financial, it may be emotional, it may be your time, your everything based on that you try to go. Third person, when it comes to the neighbors or somebody, it's okay. It is okay if you can do it with them, you will do it. Otherwise, I'll say you try to squeeze in sometime, somewhere else. That is one thing. Suppose if somebody is not very close to you, then you wanted to help. I think you search for that opportunity when it comes, when the time comes to me. Yes, I understand your problem, but right now I'm not in a position. So you cannot when you are asking is how to draw a line based on your relationship, I'm based on your relationship with, based on your proximity, based on your emotional connect with that person. I think we draw the line. It's as per my knowledge, because I try to do this way. I don't know if you're happy with it, but this is an explanation which I try to segregate things, with my close people, how I behave, because I cannot behave with everybody in the same manner. Then I think I became Mahan thing. I think I became.
Excellent. Yes.
That's it. Okay. I hope
Thank you.
I made it clear.
Yeah.
So I think this is a presentation. I think I don't want to make it very elaborated one. Okay. I think small last. I think we have reached to the end. One small thing. In any time in your life, okay, you felt that you are a person who is really empathetic. It's real life experiences. You are very empathetic. You went out of the way to help them. Any experience? Can you share it? Any of life experience. When we're
Can I
talking,
add one point for the question what he
yeah,
asked?
why not? Why not?
So one of the things like this comes from the professional training when we do masters in social work. They taught us at the paper casework, and that is very, very relevant. Controlled emotional involvement. Okay. So like what happens as an ordinary person is like when you start working as a social worker or a counselor, so you have to deal with a lot of challenges, lot of people's problems, and you should know to draw a line in terms of not taking their feelings to your feelings. Empathy is certainly is very important in terms of understanding and professionally helping them. But at the same time, you live with the problem, you sleep with the problem, you think with the problem, then your life will be ruined. So it's very important. That is where the drawing the line as a professional person we want to help. So it is so that I wanted to give as an example.
Yeah.
And also the second, for the second question, I would like to give an example what has happened in my life. Right from my childhood, always kind of, look at people suffering and I had a question like, why this inequality, why this suffering? So that really motivated me even to guide my education experience. I wanted to do psychology, then I want to do my master's in social work, then I went to go work deeper in the poverty issues and people, right, health concerns. So when you meet people, it's not like nobody is a born addict, nobody is born criminal, nobody is born, want to be a sex worker and all that. But when you start working, that is where my things like empathetically being non-judgmental, connecting with people. So that will really help you to help others in a better way. So your moral will be like, you don't accept sex work, you don't accept alcoholism. But when you start listening to those people who are pushed into that situation, like begging or poverty, so that is where your true empathy in practice comes. When you hold that, I'm sure like lot of ways that you can find solutions and problems being along with them. And it is not all the time. I never believed in terms of spoon feeding or giving them. Now as an educationist, it's not about feeding them all the time. They depend on you. So it's very important nurturing their skills so that they become independent. Like it's like teaching them how to catch the fish, not all the time feeding the fish. So
Same thing applies. Same rule applies to counseling also. When somebody comes to us, I think initial days of my counseling, when somebody comes to nobody, if they're happy, they don't come to us. That's very sure actually. As all the psychologists, we experience this. Somebody's having a problem, they come to us. Initially, when I started my practice, and when somebody comes with a problem, even though I used to give something, I used to feel very bad, and it took a long time to come out of it actually, because so then I started how it has happened. Maybe at that time it's newly started. I think it really became tough for me to come out of the thing. Slowly, then what I did actually, so then I said, okay, this is my counseling session. My personal life is different and my professional life is different. When I'm in this professional life, I'm with them, I guide them, I support, everything is fine. The moment I step out of this counseling room, I'm a normal human being. I have my family, I have my children, I have everything. So when I started doing this one, I think and why I'm telling you, most of the times we say that, how can you, most of the people ask me this question, ma'am, how you handle your personal life, because you are into many things, you enjoy your life, anything. I said, see, this is my professional life and this is my personal life. So I cannot carry all these problems to my family because they don't understand. Even I don't want to share it because confidentiality is something. So when it comes to empathy also, without interfering, maybe without no judging anybody, with like generalizing everything, if you start working on it, I think we start empathizing the people. That's what I feel. It's purely my opinion. Anything?
I would like to add that empathizing doesn't really mean going and fixing the other person's problems, because people are fixing it themselves.
Yes.
And all that I can do as an empath is to walk along with the other person. And, in case there is some gap in the understanding, I can, ask questions and help him clarify it himself.
Exactly.
Once he starts doing that, then it wouldn't affect me. Now, sometimes it can happen that the whole interaction can trigger something in me, but that I would take as a, opportunity for increasing my understanding of myself. Because my own self-awareness is something that I have to anyway pursue as part of my growth.
Yeah.
So I would look at it like that. I mean, even if it triggers something in me, it's okay. I mean, but generally also, if I don't go trying to fix the thing, then generally I won't get affected much. If I try, imagine that I'm going to solve this problem, that's where the problem comes.
We are becoming more of a problem solvers than empathetic people, actually.
Yes.
And everybody wants to claim also that, I could solve, give me any problem, I can solve it for you. That's exactly challenge nowadays. People are throwing that challenge. Oh, what is just nothing for me. So obviously, yes, sir, because times are changing. I think why empathy is more important. Yes, we have to be, I think we have to teach this mainly, but children, we have to really teach, because nowadays things are going in such a way that most of the, they really don't understand their own parents and the elders. If they have elders at home, grandparents and everything, they're not even bothered, they pain. You're not doing the. There are few cases which I've seen really not able to. And we cannot, if they start correcting in normal way, they don't really understand. So we need to acknowledge and we have to really tell them that what exactly empathy. It's only by example we can do it, not by words. Yes. Yeah, my presentation is over.
I want to add one important thing, like, empathy as a human being to be nurtured, whether we are counselors or not counselors. That fundamental emotional literacy is what is very important as part of education also. Very essential, empathy as a very core life skill. Many times, not just as counseling, psychologist, very later point as a professional skill, but as many children committing suicide or distress. So this emotional literacy, we always measured our intelligence in IQ, right? Not in EQ. So that is very, very important. I think it starts with an empathy, the fundamental empathy first.
That's the reason I think immediately after self-awareness, it is only empathy, the second skill, as per the WHO guidelines. All other emotional and everything comes in the later stage. Let's start teaching, because as starting, maybe this is the first beginning, and then we start teaching people, children, elders, everybody. And first of all, let's be empathetic to others. That's the reason we are stopping the session at 7:30 itself.
That is great of you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very good session.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also 14 Connect Foundation.
Yeah.
She has actually participated. Sima.
Ima.
Thank you, Sunanda. Thank you. Because of you only I could do this session. I think it's really wonderful. I'm meeting wonderful people. Yeah.
You are empathizing.
Yeah, exactly, sir.
You are wonderful. Therefore, seeing wonderfulness in others.
Yeah.
Hi, Jyoti.
Hi, Sudha. My special thanks to Sudha. Because of her, I'm here.
No. One thing I want to add. Murthy and Bhaji also listen to you today.
Oh, is it? How come?
We are relatives, by the way. My husband's relative.
Okay.
So he heard you today. Wonderful session. Thank you so much for the input.
You're talking about me? Okay. A wonderful session. I'm Jyoti Raja.
Yeah.
As I said, your name itself is different, and your presentation is excellent.
Thank you.
Therefore, on behalf of all the people who have attended this session, and that too very active participation by Iman, Vinod Pillai, and others, on behalf of Deccan Positive Mental Health, in association with Manga, is it Manga Subhakara? Manasa Subhakara, Mind Center, Yellow Pond Counseling Center, and Forest Creative Arts Studio that was situated in Punjab. I highly thankful to Jyoti Raja, a special name, a special guest, and a special talk.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Ima, we will try to connect you again because you I think a lot of experiences you are having. Good. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sananda, for inviting me.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.